by the way. Detonation completed the tutorial. Is that you, SAT?
Yeah, in that case, all you need to do is finish the tutorial.
No, you finish the tutorial, but you have to get to Division 9, because otherwise it won't tick up on the thing. I checked it myself last night.
Oh.
Alright. So, hey, Commander, here's one thing that I noticed. This is like... Oh, sorry. I already read that. So, you are fully upgraded for everything, but take a look. You are missing your upgrade modules. So, just a heads up, because you probably forgot to put that in when you bought the ship, and you've been playing all this time without these modules. So, make sure you do Main Armaments 1. I would probably do Damage Control System Mod 1. And then here, you probably want to go Artillery Plotting Room Mod 1. That makes this replay even more, that much more impressive. And then Damage Control Mod 2 would be good. You purposely don't have... Why? I mean, these are things that help you along, right? This prevents your battery from dying, your main battery from dying. You know, this helps you not burn or flood as much. This helps you with your tightness of your dispersion with your guns. And then this helps you with not burning as long or flooding as long. And I mean, you can easily run into a tier 8 battle. I mean, if you're low on credits, I can understand perhaps saving the credits for that. He's more of a Chad by purposely gimping his ship. He came to WoWs from World Tanks. My mentality is none of that is relevant until tier 8. Okay. I guess. I haven't played World of Tanks that much, but I will say you can run into tier 8 battles in a tier 6, so, you know, you can consider it that way. But in any case, I mean, that's your choice. Here is the rest of your setup. So you're running a 1, 2, 3, 4... Okay, you're running a 7-point captain right now. Preventative maintenance is probably not necessary because that only really applies to your main battery and your engines and rudder, but you're not going to see engines and rudder taking out that much in a battleship. Emergency repair makes sense. Grease the gears makes sense. Turn your turrets quicker. Alternately priority target is also helpful, and adrenaline rush is a good one to pick for a 3-point skill. Concealment expert helps. Fire prevention obviously helps too. Those are my next ones I would consider going for. Cool. So this is something a little bit... Oh. Did I just kill something I didn't mean to? Oh, okay. Build viewer. That's the one. I also have the mentality that fun is better than being good. Well, I mean, I don't disagree with you there.
I respect that.
If you're not having fun, what's the point? Wow, is this a bit easier on the credits? I would say definitely get in the habit of, like, if you can, keep your ships. A lot of people, myself included, we sold our ships after picking them up. And, you know, when we needed the credits or something like that. Anything above tier 5 I would keep, personally. And then slowly but surely get those port slots. Let me download the... Alright, and we already heard this song, so I'm going to skip this song too. Alright. Ironically... Oh, and I just fast forward... What's up, Ace? Keep all premiums tier 5 plus tech tree, yes. Alright, so... You got some time. Obviously, you decided to come up and support us, which is very much appreciated, because a lot of times you see the one battleship on our flank decides to just nope out of it and go someplace else. Oh, you were finishing up a Wendover Productions video on your phone? I mean, you got time. Which one, by the way? I haven't watched a Wendover in a while. It's a good day. You just found an unscratched lottery ticket and an unused leaf bag in an unused leaf bag, and it won $60. Damn, these. The Tesla... Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. And look at you supporting, too. I like that. Get your premium time during Christmas. Yep. 2, don't jump into the premium shop pants down and be smart about managing your credits. Absolutely, dude. Warships needs more people like you playing. Alright, we're gonna see Big O die in a few minutes. And you can see I already lost a lot of my hit points. Mid-tier coal premiums aren't bad, right? For credit farm. Little bit, I think you were a little bit too early on reinforcing your sector there, because I think they'd already started, the reinforcement happened before those planes were within range. So you missed out on a little bit of extra bump damage, if you will, from that. Alright, I like the turning guns here to support against the Icarus. Of course, he's slowing down again, throws off everybody's aim, myself included.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Unfortunately, war grumbling, I love that, doesn't create a friendly experience for people. Instead, they do aggressive catering towards whales, and I'm having a hard time these peeps caring about a thing.
The ship is on fire.
Air won the giveaway. Congratulations, Air. Not in the shootout, so you might as well work down the Normandie.
Wait, complimenting your destroyer? That's toxic.
Oh yeah, thanking him for the smoke. Wow. Well, you complimented him too. Maybe we should have also complimented him in game afterwards.
Huh? I made sure to do it right afterwards.
Good.
His smokes were amazing.
They were great.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Alright, we got the Icarus down. Deep waters from the Rahmat miss. AP here would be good against the Normandie.
Yeah, not running aiming system, it helps a lot when you're aiming at ships. Like that -7 dispersion, I think it's well worth spending the extra 250,000.
Mm-hmm. There's the switch to AP. Now, had you had AP loaded earlier, there's the Rahmat. You could have maybe smacked him.
Hard to say. With that kind of dispersion, I don't think it would do much.
No, I mean, there's always that chance for that one lucky Citadel or something. And
Yeah,
the typical
that's true.
happens. You switch to AP, and what happens? Your opponent bows in. I hate when that happens. Right, Cochran's exactly right. Yep. As you spend on modules in this game, those credits, obviously, those modules help you perform better, which means you do more damage, you get more credits, etc., etc. Start with HE and go from there. It's not a bad philosophy, especially at the lower tiers. At the higher tiers, it's kind of nice to start with AP, simply because you oftentimes will find a cruiser that is way out in the open and broadside, and then you can smack him, and then he goes back to port.
HE does low but consistent damage, but at this tier, if you even hit a cruiser once with your AP, you can cause a Citadel. And that alone can make it more worth 3 HE salvos combined.
And there's no need to apologize for ramming in this game because it doesn't do any damage, so it really doesn't matter. You know, maybe if it holds a ship in place or something, but that's about it. Alright, here you can actually... Yep, sub detected. ASW on the sub. But you can also stop and slow down and keep your guns pointed to the right. I think you're a little distracted here with the sub, but if you keep the guns to the right here, you could actually smack this Normandy as he comes around the corner.
Yeah, if you stayed right there, you would have had broadsides and a dead Normandy.
Right. The sub showed up and distracted you, and I mean, I get the idea to, you know, definitely go after the sub too, but
Torpedoes dead ahead.
nice dodge there.
On fire.
Actually, the Normandy turned. You might not have had a shot on him now that I'm looking at it.
If he backed up, I think he
Yeah.
would have been fine.
Direct front.
Right.
But then again, he would not have been able to make his Chad play against a Ranger, so... give
And the
take.
sub. So, like you said, he went really deep, and he's trying to hit you, but because he's so deep, he's missing. Not only that, but the Rahmat is now smoking, so he can't spot you. Yeah, we all abandoned the flank because we figured, well, for one, you were right next to the sub, so you're probably dead. And also looking at the situation, we were gone on the other flank, so we knew we had to get back to the middle to try to prevent the enemy team from
Direct front.
pushing through the cap. Ooh, oil slick.
Report. Awaiting instructions.
Okay, so he's
Oh.
way too deep.
Concentrate fire on the target.
Wow.
So next time while you're doing the depth charges, I recommend holding down the right mouse button and keep your guns locked
Mm-hmm.
in the general direction of the Rahmat.
Or you could also hit Control X to lock them into that direction as well, right?
Yep, that works too. The
Because-
idea is if Rahmat decides to show himself, you'll have guns on his position. Right now your guns are turning all over the place. So
Mhm.
if he does show up for half a second, you won't be able to shoot him at all.
Yeah, you saw the oil and you aimed for it, which is perfect. I can't believe all those torpedoes were underneath you because he was too deep. That's hilarious.
New sub player.
Well, you know, he's... Thing is, your armor's pretty good on your deck versus the Rahmat. He was aiming too low and shattering, I think, on your bow or something.
Oh, and one thing. So, you've been firing a lot when you didn't need to. Here, if you actually keep your guns quiet, you don't
Mhm.
have to, the enemy won't be able to spot you as easily.
Direct front.
Right. Which will allow you to get in position to fire all your guns when the enemy does come out of their smoke, for example.
Yep, just because you can shoot doesn't mean you should. A
Mhm.
lot of the times in battleships, you actually hold your fire so you can wait for better shots.
Mm-hmm. CV's starting to know you, so you decide if I see him to focus him. Well, yeah.
That's understandable.
Mm-hmm. You could be wiggling here to try to get your rear turrets unmasked. There's no reason to stay bow into a Rahmat, in my opinion.
Problem solved, sir.
Well, leather enthusiasts, we've all been there. HE now on the... Why HE?
Oh, CV spotted, you know what to
There
do.
he is. Your brain saw cruiser went to HE mode? I mean, you could actually... SAT, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he could actually Citadel the Rahmat from the butt, can't he? With AP?
It's possible, but it's a very low possibility.
Hmm.
But you still use AP because penetrations will happen at that angle.
Right. Now, you're shooting the Ranger, and you got a Citadel hit there with HE. It's fine. AP might be the better choice again on the Ranger here. Just because the Ranger's so lightly armored on the side, right?
Yeah. So AP is, like, as you can see, AP is kind of a weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
If against angled cruisers and carriers at this tier, you're actually better off using AP.
Right.
'Cause
Also,
even if you don't...
Go ahead,
Like,
sorry.
even if you don't hit the Citadel, you'll get full penetration damage. That will do a lot more than HE can.
Right. As you were trying to dodge those shells, you saw what happened to your turrets because the last time you were looking, you weren't looking towards the battleship or towards the Ranger. You were looking away from it, like here when you went into free look. So your turrets went wide and then they came back again. Nice. 2 fires. I mean, this is the point, actually a few minutes ago was the point where SAT and I were both like, wait a minute. He's still freaking alive? We couldn't believe it.
Like, we both thought you would have taken Rahmat Torps and died to the
Mhm.
CV, but no, you're still here.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
I don't think the carrier expected it either. He's about to die right here, I think. Yep.
Enemy aircraft carrier sunk.
And you're gonna die shortly after, so I'll get ready for my death pick here. Actually, I'm gonna take a pre-death pick because I know it's coming. I want to see these planes. Where are they? Are they still up? Come on, guys. There they are.
So, Diego, it's more of a Ranger-specific case because her Citadel protection is 16 millimeters, and
Yeah.
it is, and basically the Citadel extends right to the edge of the hull. She's
Right.
pretty much the only CV that does that.
Yep. You aim for basically the smokestacks or that one open spot there, and you can absolutely smack them.
Yep, even Destroyer HE can Citadel it.
Mm-hmm. There we go. I was waiting for the bombs to drop. There we go. Look at that bomb. That's kind of cool. Just indulge me for a sec, guys, because I've never seen it. I've never been able to do a screenshot quite like this before. With that bomb just coming down, that just looks, that's just tight. If you ask me. All right, we lost it. Looks like Starry Night from this angle, right? There's the explosions. You haven't died yet. 191. There you go. These planes will disappear shortly, so I have to take the screenshot here of your death pick. Death pick. Well done indeed, right? Seriously. And there they go.
Killing the CV swung the match in our favor. I think you actually just saved it right there.
Yes, actually 100%. And I had commented on that during the game too. You mostly play destroyer, cruiser, sub, so you knew how to fight the sub effectively. Okay. Bit of monochrome, never take it to Photoshop with a CPU. Okay, I could do that, maybe. Weekend Warrior, hello, good to see you. Hoka, thank you. I appreciate that you like the picture. Yeah, if the sub wasn't too deep, that I don't know, SAT, you can talk for yourself, but I had already written you off as dead. Like, you know, I see the sub, I see where you are, I'm thinking, okay, he's just gonna farm this battleship until he's gone.
Yep, that is what we'd expect from most sub players, but given it's tier 6, I could see the sub just being like a beginner sub player and just not knowing how it works.
Mm-hmm. And Cthulhu, you're absolutely right. It's a good example of why dabbling in subs is important. So, we'll fast forward a bit here.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Carrier revenge bombs our destroyer, which means now we have to get this kill on the TED 61. And we're gonna get it. There it is. And then we're gonna seabag him. Hey, you're welcome, dude. Thanks for jumping in. Like, I've never actually done this before where I've reached out to somebody in game and be like, dude, how did this work? Send me your replay. And to actually have that person come onto the stream and be like, hey, here you go. Like, that's kind of cool, you know? And this is kind of good music for this moment as we just sail away with the wind. All right, here's the battle. Kind of feel like I need to move this stupid thing out of the way. That should be okay. Here's the replay render. Like, I got too aggressive there. I wanted to try to do something about that sub, but he was at least smart enough to, like, stay with his people instead of out in front. Ace one, nice. Oh, crap, hold on. Ace, are you still here? So here's where we're all in the smoke. This is where the AP on the Normandy would have been good. You're 2 for 2 with wins. Yeah, I know, right? Plus you won that $60 earlier. Now here's the part where you see the sub. If you had reversed, you would have... So here's the thing. If you had reversed to get the kill on the Normandy, you probably would have gotten farmed out by the sub. But because you didn't, you ended up directly on top of him, almost, which is hilarious. It's like one of those things where doing the wrong thing actually works out for you.
It just works.
All right, there's my kill on the Farragut, and then the kill on the Elba, and that stupid sub. Hey, if it's stupid and it works, right? And
Yep.
there you go, charging on in.
It's one of the funny thing about World of Warships. You can make the objectively bad play, but still get good results.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes these results actually are better than doing the quote unquote optimal play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you figured that the group was going to take care of the Normandy at that point, and the sub was the bigger threat. And you know, quite frankly, that would be... I mean, it's a perfectly sound judgment. And you saw how long it took for the team to actually kill that stupid Normandy. But yeah, you know, in general, like a couple of things that maybe you can take away from this is the tips about your turrets and trying to keep them always locked in a certain direction just to save yourself some time. Using AP on cruisers and perhaps also that ranger, and then use your credits if you have them available and get yourself some upgrades. It'll definitely make you more efficient in the battle.
At the very least, I recommend the aiming systems mod. It's fairly cheap, and
Mm-hmm.
it helps quite a bit with that dispersion.
That's slot 3, I think, isn't it?
Slot. I think it is slot 3.
Yeah, I think
Yep,
so. It's either 3 or 4.
it's 3.
It's 3? Perfect. But anyway, thanks for sending that one in, and high fives to you, virtual high fives, because that was a game that I'm gonna remember for a very long time.
When you just literally walked into the enemy's spawn and just body handled everyone.
Right? Absolute Chad move right there, man.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I forgot. U.S. battleships don't get that until tier. They don't get it in slot 3.
Well,
The
no,
aim assistant mod.
there's the aiming, there's the one that helps with your aim, and then there's the artillery plotting room that increases your range, and I thought it also increases dispersion. Hold on.
No, that it only increases the range and decreases second dispersion.
I still have this open. Oh, and flags. It looks like you've got. Okay, yeah, you ran with anti-det, which is the most important. Um, wait, no, you didn't run det flag. Interesting, very risky. You did secondaries, anti-air, heal. Okay. You could also do the consumables one if you've got it. That helps with you reloading your stuff. But anyway, slot 3, what I was talking about is this one here, Artillery Plotting Room Mod 1. So it increases your main battery firing range by 16%. But I could have sworn, and SAT, this is old, like years ago talk on the forums, but I could have sworn that when the range is extended by this, your dispersion at all levels is improved because it's got that same dispersion at max or something along those lines. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. The horizontal dispersion doesn't change, but vertical dispersion does scale with range for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's not much, but it does count for something.
Yeah, so you consider that to be a buff to your guns. I mean, alternately, you could also do main battery mod 2 if you want your turrets to turn a little bit quicker. So,
Yeah.
cool. All right. Well, thanks for again sharing that one, and we're gonna put that probably up on YouTube in a little bit. I'll be putting mine up, and I'll be putting yours up, and I think this is kind of cool because we can kind of link them both together. People could see from both perspectives. So this was a lot of fun.